I'm Joan Newcomb, and today's Mystic Minute is about receiving and giving. I do a lot of volunteer activities, and I also participate with a lot of volunteers. And I've been on a lot of groups that are sustained by volunteer activity. And it's so interesting to see the people who show up and roll up their sleeves and give, and the people who show up and sit and receive. And on the highest level, there really isn't a difference between the giver and the receiver. Both of them showing up to the event and to the meeting create the meeting. You know, the event wouldn't happen if people weren't there. And you can say that giving is receiving, because there is definitely an energy when you are giving something, when you're giving of your time and your energy and your focus, you're definitely receiving in the giving. But sometimes you can get to the point of that's all you're doing is giving. It's like the energy is going out and the receiving isn't coming in. Example of that is if you're the only person giving in a group situation and everyone is showing up as receivers, there's an imbalance there. Another example of giving and receiving is like a parent and a child. And when that child is born, it requires a lot from the parents. The parents are sacrificing sleep, they're sacrificing time. Their entire focus is on that infant's survival needs. And look how much babies give. They give their radiant essence. They are big bundles of love. There is just something, your heart opens to this smelly, pukey, muley thing, and you just want to give to it. It is such an example of reciprocal energy. Baby can't get up and change its own diapers. And then there are other times when misfortune strikes, tragedy strikes, ill health, or whatever it is, and you find yourself forced into a situation of receiving because you can't move, you can't help yourself. And at the same time as consciousness, you're receiving the pleasure of being in a body, the delight of physical sensation, the delight of the physical. That's why we take pictures of sunsets and flowers and hummingbirds. We delight in this creation of ours. If you're not feeling any of this, if you're feeling resentful for all that you do, or if you're feeling resentful that you're not getting enough, just kind of look at the vibratory level of that. It's like, I work my fingers to the bone and nobody appreciates me. If you've got that narration running through your head, for one thing, there's an imbalance going on. For the other thing is that that's not you responding as consciousness. That's entirely your body personality perspective. As consciousness, you feel expansive, open, infinitely creative, effortlessly creative. Everything that you do, it's just a natural flow. And there is a really cool thing that happens when you're operating from that energetic perspective, because then you do give by your sheer presence. You can show up at something and not be the one, sweeping the floors or cleaning the toilets or whatever, but your energy is giving to the whole. Your presence, your attention is a gift. When you show up from this expanded perspective, it becomes effortless. You show up and give in whatever way you feel motivated. Maybe you do feel like taking out the trash. Maybe you do feel like contributing an expression of appreciation. Whatever it is, there's just a natural balance, a natural flow when you're coming from that higher perspective. The energy of receiving is coming in, the energy of giving is going out. At the core, it's really as consciousness. Giving is consciousness, receiving as form. It basically comes down to you giving to you and you receiving from you. As consciousness, you're creating your reality, and your experience of it is your ability to receive, your ability to have. If there's any feeling of, stuff going on outside yourself, then it's just your body, personality, perspective, including feeling other people feel that way. When you're giving on a body level, it is a lot of effort. It is a lot of trying hard. It is a lot of nose to the grindstone experience. On a body personality level, it's not going to feel really good or comfortable, or you're not going to be able to receive very well in that perspective. When you give as consciousness, it's an effortless flow. It also is a never-ending flow. It is ecstatic way of being. That is really why at our hearts of hearts, our core essence, we are givers. We feel better when we give from this perspective. Now, if you're watching this from an experience of overwhelm or stuckness or frustration, there's a couple of different ways to respond. On one hand, you may need to give something, do something, in order to get out of your stuckness. Giving to others can help that flow. On the other hand, maybe you're giving so much to others, you feel like there's nothing left, and you need to stop giving. The world will not end if you take the afternoon off. And it's amazing how quickly you can recover when you take one of those simple steps. If you're an overgiver, you also may need to practice receiving. Practice acknowledging that other people are contributing. They are helping. You may need to just stop, go outside, and receive. The sunshine, the air, creation of consciousness all around you. In letting yourself receive, you increase your ability to have. That means all those intentions that you've put out, all those requests of the universe, all those practicing those affirmations and those secret type requests, just allowing yourself to receive can make them show up. So play with this for the next few days and see what happens. And if you like these videos, you can subscribe to them on YouTube. You can also sign up below to get them in your inbox. If you want to know more, you can go to my website, joan-newcomb.com. I put out a weekly radio show and podcast. I also write a weekly newsletter and blog. I do meetups around the Puget Sound. I do monthly webinars. And I also have a couple of different coaching programs. I have a one-on-one coaching program and a group coaching program to help you regain your sense of purpose and passion for life. If you want to know more, you can go to my website, joan-newcomb.com, and I'll see you in a couple days with another Mystic Minute.